Vernon Kay has urged BBC Radio 2 breakfast show listeners to be vigilant about their health after Chris Stark revealed he'd been diagnosed with cancer. BBC presenter Vernon Kay has used his platform to encourage listeners to be mindful of their health following a diagnosis of testicular cancer announced by former colleague Chris Stark. Chris, 38, who previously co-hosted BBC Radio 1's popular afternoon show with Scott Mills, and later moved to the Capital Breakfast Show with Jordan North in 2022, made public via Instagram that after undergoing surgery and chemotherapy, he is now effectively cured due to an early catch of the disease. During his conversation with Scott Mills on BBC Radio 2 Breakfast Show, a close friend of Chris, Vernon mentioned the news. The former Family Fortunes host stated, "We should talk about our dear friend Chris Stark, because he announced on his social media yesterday that H has had testicular cancer." In response, Scott expressed, "That's right. So Chris, that I used to do this show with on Radio 1, I've known about this, really, only for 3 weeks but yeah, a shock at first, but H is going to be fine." Vernon also linked this conversation to an earlier on-air chat with Fern Cotton, who encountered her own health scare the previous year, needing surgery to remove 2 benign jaw tumors. Scott elaborated, "But this is just what Fern was saying as well, just check, because Fern, just before Christmas, had a little lump by her ear which then got bigger and she was thinking, I don't want to worry the doctor about it, or whatever, but then it got a little bit bigger, and she did go and get it checked out." Same with Chris, it was just a routine health check but by doing that, they found it early and H is going to be alright. Obviously it's a shock, you just don't expect it to happen to you, but it does, reports the Manchester Evening News. But H is fine, and I'm checking in with him every day. I spoke to him last night, but the fact that you're sending your love will mean a lot to him, Scott assured Vernon. Vernon shared his supportive gesture, saying, "Yeah, I sent him a voice note, and I think H is back on air this morning with our old friend Jordan North doing what they do, and it's interesting, just go and have a fumble." Scott concurred, "Just check your bits. But brave of him to do it, and I know he was a bit. I don't know, if you're in any kind of public forum you're a bit nervous about the reaction, but good for him and I'm glad H has done it, and more people need to do the same I think." Vernon continued to commend Chris for his courage while imparting some crucial advice to Radio 2 listeners based on the star's experience. He confirmed, "Exactly, yeah, good on him. Yeah, go and have a rummage, it will pay off in the end." According to the NHS, testicular cancer is most prevalent in men aged between 15 and 49 years old. Symptoms to be vigilant for include a lump or swelling in the testicle, an ache or pain in the testicle or scrotum, an increase in the size of the testicle, or a heavy feeling in the scrotum. Other symptoms include an ache or pain in your back or lower tummy, losing weight without trying, a cough, difficulty breathing or swallowing, or a sore or swollen chest.